Hello, Gemini, and welcome to Fifi and Gigi's tarot readings. Gemini, thank you so much for joining me. It's always a pleasure to do your tarot reading. So, Gemini, this week we're looking at the love changes ahead between you and your person. So, we're going to be looking at your cards, Gemini, your person, of course, any blocks, advice for you. Let's get started. So, of course, we will be starting off first with the Mystic Red Rose Oracle cards. They literally cover everything you can imagine. Let's get one card or two, whatever jumps out. And let's have a look at the Oracle message, please. And remember, Gemini, take what resonates with you and what doesn't, just leave it behind. Okay, this is way too much. I get it, the cards have a lot to say. Okay, what do we have? Oh, Gemini. Oh God, I love this card. Abundance, positive mindset, manifest, gratitude and bliss. Blessings. Yes. You want to see this card. This is the thing, Gemini, and I need you to really understand this. Doesn't matter what you do. You've got that mindset. You're surrounded by abundance. And I know this is a love reading, but notice what we have here. We've got money. We've got American bills here. It also means abundance in all areas of your life, Gemini. Remember, you're a multitasker. You're the queen or the king of swords. You are the rulers of communication. You can pitch and sell anything. You walk into a room, by the end of the night, you've added everyone on your social media. Seriously. This is beautiful. Very important to have a positive mindset, especially now. Especially now. And just to give you a bit of more information, when is the best time to have a beautiful mindset? Let's be honest, throughout the day, we are very, very busy. What you can do before going to bed, when you're in that drowsy state, imagine, visualize. What does abundance mean to you? But see it, hear it, and feel it, Gemini. Because week from week, every time I do your reading, there is always cards showing abundance that's coming to you. And most of it, I can't help to notice, it's always travel, which is beautiful, of course. There's always money, there's always opportunities coming for you. Okay, Gemini, let's get started with the tarot. All right, let's focus. Let's focus now on the tarot. What is the love? Love changes ahead between you and your person, the person you are dealing with. What are the love changes? Now, Gemini, there will be a part two to this reading. So again, if you do want to find out more, if this reading does resonate, I will be offering part two of this reading at a discount, of course. So if this resonates, you want to find out more, I will be looking at more cards with you and your person, any actions that they're going to take, anything like that, anything else that we need to know. If that interests you, check out the link down below in the description box. And lastly, for those who do wish to learn tarot, do visit the sample video and you can enroll today or tomorrow. Okay. All right, let's have a look at the energy behind the deck here. What do we have? Let's turn it. Okay, so we have behind the deck Gemini. We have the Magician. This is actually ruled by Gemini and Virgo energy. This is the card of manifestation. This is, like I just said before, connecting with the subconscious mind, having a visual idea. Gemini, you have all the tools and the resources to do anything as above and so below. What else? Okay, Seven of Swords, Four of Wands, interesting. What else? Oh, okay, also the Nine of Pentacles. So again, Seven of Swords. Do I like this card? No, I don't like this card at all. Look at this. We've got this person here stealing swords in the middle of the night. This is the card of lying, stealing, cheating. Just be very, very discerning. Not necessarily does it have to be the person you are dealing with, but what I'm getting through, Gemini, because this is the kind of manifestation and you are such an original creator, People may be a little bit jealous of you, of your ideas, that you're getting ahead or you're winning certain things. I see you definitely going to an event here with the Four of Wands. This is like invitations, someone extending an invitation to go somewhere. I'm not sensing this is to do with love. The only thing I am sensing, though, Gemini, and this is just personal with you, there are, in other words, like you're doing something big, something original, something creative. You're making noise, Gemini. People are turning around, they're looking at you, and they're not happy. So they're probably gossiping. It's like, oh, Gemini doesn't deserve that. You know what? Screw that. Of course you deserve the best, Gemini. Let's look at your cards now. Okay. Gemini, let's look at you. We have the Five of Pentacles and also the Empress card. So let's look at this for a moment. What's happening here at the moment? We're feeling a little bit rejected by our person. Because remember, the Five of Pentacles, when it comes to career, different meaning. We are focusing on love. Sometimes, yeah, we're feeling a little bit rejected, a little bit distant from our person. We're feeling almost like ghosted, left out in the cold. Not necessarily does it have to be a breakup or a separation. For some of you, perhaps there is a separation and taking a break. Or for some of you, there's just distance. Perhaps your person has decided to ghost you. They're missing in action. We also have the Empress card. Now, the Empress card is such a beautiful, wonderful, creative card. It's also the card of action, too. Very, very big card when it comes to creation. It's interesting, Gemini, because it doesn't matter what you do, you plant that seed and you watch something grow to fruition here. So I almost feel like even though things are a little bit tough at the moment, you feel like you still want this to flourish. You still want there to be abundance between you and this person. So like you're still holding on to them because you want something to mature and to flourish. Mm. Let's focus on your person. They have the Five of Swords and the Hanging Man. So I wanted you to just pay attention. There's a big difference between you and your person. Let's focus on this. You see, Gemini, I'm usually the first one to call out if you are in the wrong. I'm the first one. In this instance, though, it's not you that's the issue. And I'm sorry to say this, it's actually your person because of the Five of Swords. They are doing something that is not serving them. In fact, it's sabotaging them and the relationship. If you look at this card, with this person literally pointing a sword, and what are they doing? They're taking all the swords and leaving nothing for no one. So, yes, this card is the energy of someone being very selfish, someone that's very my way or the highway, me, me, me. Gemini, you get leftovers. It's a very selfish, it can be a bit of arrogant card in the sense like, they'll rather be right than admit that they are wrong. So I'm right, you're wrong. So this is not serving your person, this attitude, this idea of the Five of Swords. Now, I get it, Gemini. You want things to improve, you want things to flourish with the Empress. However, though, I look at your person, what's up ahead, nothing is really, really changing here with the Hanging Man. You want things to improve, I get it. And I feel that you're very in love with this person. They've got the Hanging Man. Now, the Hanging Man is when this situation, it's not moving forward, it's not even moving backwards, it's just idle, it's stuck, it's hanging, it's suspended upside down, the situation. So, what does this mean? And it's almost like this person doesn't realize, they don't realize potential that they have with you and they self sabotage. So, what does this mean? Especially when the hanging man does make an appearance, this does mean that This person needs to adapt. They need to change. They need to sacrifice their ways and do things differently. Start looking at things from a different angle, a different perspective. They need to understand what it's like to, for you, Gemini, to walk. I wish this person could understand what's it like to walk in your shoes. This will give them then a different perspective because, again, with the hanging man, nothing's moving forward. Nothing is changing. You want change, though, Gemini. You want things to flourish. See how there's such a big difference between these two major arcanas? What else do we have? So, what's the block or the challenge? The block is we have to work as a team to make this work. The Three of Pentacles is about teamwork, collaboration. My question to you, Gemini, is this a teamwork? It's a yes or no answer. The Three of Pentacles also means everybody collaborating, everybody putting their input, no more, no less. So if we don't work as a teamwork, yes, that can be quite a challenge. That can show that we're butting heads, that we're not really coming together and having each other's back. And then finally, for you, Gemini, you have the Seven of Cups, the advice. So this is the advice for you. This is actually a good card, the Seven of Cups. It's telling you you have options, you have choices, Gemini. You don't have to, in other words, be in a situation where it's all up in the air. No, if anything, this card is telling you, what do you want to do? Where are you leaning towards? Because sometimes even with the Seven of Cups, we may feel an overwhelm of choices and options. So what can we do about it? Because these are cups, there's an overwhelm of emotions. Let's ground ourselves for a moment. Really ground yourself, Gemini, and look at this situation from a logic perspective. Think of it as the king or the queen of swords. They do not allow emotions cloud their judgment. They look at a situation with logic and clarity. And this is what you have to do with the Seven of Cups. So this situation, and you need to understand Gemini, especially with the Seven of Cups, it's not saying yes or no to this situation, but it's giving you the advice that for this to work, if you still want this to work, it needs to be a teamwork. At the moment, both of you, especially with these two bottom cards, have different expectations of this connection. You, Gemini, you want things to flourish. You want things to really grow, change. You want there to be, you want this connection to really blossom. Look at your person. They're suspended upside down. They're not thinking like you. On the contrary, they don't, I feel like they almost don't know what they want, Gemini. And this is why we end up with the Seven of Cups. Seven of Cups, choices, options. Again, the cards are not telling you yes or no, but the cards are actually telling you, Gemini, to consider what you really, really want and choose wisely. So don't be impulsive. Don't rush into this situation. Take your time to think. Even if you need time on your own, you need to reflect. You need to really think about what is it that you really want from this connection. But this is already giving you a heads up, though. With the Three of Pentacles, it's kind of like telling you there needs to be teamwork in order for this to work. It has to work. So overall, Gemini, the only change, I'm not seeing a lot of change. If anything, I'm seeing stagnation here with the hanging man because of your person's attitude. It's not serving them. They need to get rid of this. They need to change these. These old ways of thinking is just not serving them. So what's happening? It's affecting you where you're feeling rejected. You're feeling, is this my fault? Did I do something? Hell no. No, 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 no. Don't fall into that. Unfortunately, their behavior and their attitude is making us feel the energy of the Five of Pentacles. But Gemini, the only thing that these cards are saying, consider your options and your choices first before you take action, but ground yourself. However, though, Gemini, I am now going to be moving on to the extended pretty much the second part of this reading because I want to know more. What else further do we need to know? So if this has resonated with you, check it out. It will be available at a discounted price. For those who do wish to learn tarot, check out our course and the sample video so you can decide whether to enroll today or tomorrow. For all, Gemini, power to you. Have an amazing day, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.